Welcome back to the channel. My name is Fred Macedo and I'm here with my friends Ruben, Rosalie, and Rosangela. We are here for another Gospel at Home to discuss and comment on the Gospel according to Spiritism tonight about the Spirit's book, Allan Kardec's greatest um, piece of information. So before we start, I'm going to ask my dear friend Rosangela to make our initial prayer. Please, Rosangela.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Thank you, Rosangela. Now I'm going to share my screen. The Spirit's book, The Three Kingdoms, Minerals and Plants. Question 585. What do you think of the division of nature into three kingdoms, or into two classes, organic beings and inorganic beings? Some regard the human species as fourth kingdom. Which of these divisions is preferable? They are all good. It depends on one's point of view. From a material point of view, there are only inorganic and organic beings. From the mental point of view, however, there are obviously 4 degrees. Kardec's note: these 4 degrees in fact have well-marked characteristics, although their edges seem to blend into each other. Inert matter, which comprises the mineral kingdom, possesses no more than a mechanical energy. Plants, although composed of inert matter, are endowed with vitality. Animals, composed of inert matter and endowed with vitality, also have a kind of instinctive, limited intelligence, with an awareness of their existence and individuality. Lastly, human beings possess everything that exists in plants and animals, and they dominate all the other classes through a special and unlimited intelligence that provides them with the awareness of the future, the perception of extra-material things, and the knowledge of God. 586. Do plants have any awareness of their existence? No, they do not think. They have only organic life. 587. Do plants feel sensations? Do they suffer when mutilated? Plants receive their physical impressions that act upon matter, but they do not have perceptions. Consequently, they do not feel the sensation of pain. 588. Is the force that attracts plants toward each other independent of their will? Yes, because they do not think. It's a mechanical force of matter acting upon matter. They cannot oppose it. 589. Some plants, the mimosa and gionea, for example, show movements that indicate great sensitivity, and in some cases, a kind of will, like the latter, whose lobe sees the fly and lands on it in order to suck its juice, seeming to have set a trap to kill it. Are these plants endowed with the faculty of thought? Do they have a will, and do they form an intermediate class between the plant and the animal nature? Do they comprise a transition from one another? Everything in nature is in transition by the fact that one thing does not resemble another, and that everything nevertheless is linked together. Plants do not think, they consequentially have no will. The oysters, which opens itself and all other zoophytes, do not possess thought. They have no more than blind and natural instinct. Kardec's note: the human organism furnishes us with examples of analogous movements that do not involve any participation of the will, such as the digestive and circulatory functions. The pylorus closes itself on contact with certain substance to refuse them passage, and the same applies to the mimosa, whose movements do not imply any perception at all, much less a will. In plants and in animals, isn't there an instinct for self preservation that leads them to seek what may be useful to them and to avoid what may harm them? There is, if you wish, a kind of instinct. It depends on the extent you attribute to the word, but it's purely mechanical. When you see two bodies combine during a chemical reaction, it's because they harmonize with each other. That is, there is an affinity between them, but you do not call it an instinct. 591. One more highly evolved worlds. Are the plants like the other beings more perfect in nature? Everything is more perfect, but plants are always plants, as the animals are always animals, and as the human beings are always human beings. I will stop here. I'm gonna read just one more. Animals and human beings. 592. If we compare human beings with animals in relation to intelligence, it seems difficult to establish a line of demarcation because certain animals on this earth have an obvious superiority over certain humans. Can such a line of demarcation be established in a precise manner? Your philosophers are not in much agreement about this subject. Some would want for humans to be animals, and others for animals to be human. Both are wrong. Humans are beings apart, who sometimes sink very low, or who may sometimes ascend very high. In their physical nature, humans are like the animals, and less well endowed than many of them. Nature has given the animals everything that humans are obligated to invent with their intelligence in order to provide for their own needs and self preservation. Their body is destroyed like that of the animals, that is certain, but their spirit has a destiny that they alone can comprehend because they alone are completely free. Poor humans, who debase yourselves more than wild animals. Don't you know how to distinguish yourselves from them? Recognize human beings through their ability to think about gods. Okay. What can we say about what we we, we read? Okay, back to me. We are all evolving. Rocks are evolving. Plants evolve. Animals evolve. We also we have been minerals, plants, and animals, and at a certain point we have evolved. God gave us uh, a spirit, and we became human. First, very brute ones, as we know, as Neanderthal mans and primitive mans. And then we continue to evolve our intelligence, and our primary difference between us and the animals is that we can think. Animals cannot think. They have instincts. Then they they can be molded to perform simple tasks, but they cannot think as we do. They cannot uh, understand that we have a God that loves us all, and that's, I think, is the primary difference between us and animals. We have been animals, and animals will be humans someday. That's why Jesus said that there are a lot of homes in the a lot of houses uh, in sorry. He said that a lot of planets, because if we um, if we are in a primitive planet, we will learn. Then we can migrate to another planet more evolved, like these ones, with trials and expiations, and someday we'll be in a world in regeneration, and so on. We are always evolving. I think that's it. Sorry about my English. Sometimes I lack vocabulary. And I want to ask my dear friend Rosangela to make our final prayer. Please, Rosangela.
We thank the good spirits who have come to communicate with us and ask them to help us put into practice the instruction they have given us. We also hope we wish that unfold as at the end of the session is fortified in the practice of good and love for our neighbor. We also wish these lessons may be useful for the suffering, ignorant, or vicious spirits who were able to entend this meeting, and for whom we implore the mercy of God. God bless you all.
Good evening, everyone. The
Have a good
bless.
day.
Good evening. Bye bye.